Hey there. Are you tired of the dumpster fire that is today? Are you sick of the shit sandwich that is this week? Have you had enough of the goat rodeo that has been this month? Well, I have too. That's why I am Jen Lancaster, and I am here to talk to you today about happy things, about a couple of little things that I like because I think everybody could use a bright spot right about now. Anyway, that is me looking down on myself from a poster of an old book a few years ago. It had lived in our garage up until about a week ago when my husband decided he was tired of stepping over it, and he moved it to the floor of my office where a cat promptly peed on it, and that hurt my feelings. So now it's watching over me with magnificent skin like a benevolent God. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of happy things today. Now, the first thing that is making me happy today, the first thing that I like is this stuff. Truly spiked and sparkling. It is a sparkling water that is spiked. It's about 5% alcohol. I think about the same amount of alcohol as a glass of wine, but 1 gram of sugar and less than 2 carbohydrates. So if you're doing the whole keto living thing, you can still indulge your alcoholism. So yay, that is something to like. But what I really wanted to talk to you today is about this book, The President is Missing. I read it on Kindle, so I don't have an actual hard copy. But you'll see it's written by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. Now, it's interesting that James Patterson is the number 2 name on here because he is the number 1 author in the world. That's badass. That number 1 in the world. Like, you can't do better than that. But he has taken to a back seat to Bill Clinton because this book was co-authored by them. And what the premise that attracted me is that you really get an inside look as to what it feels like to be president. I mean, the awe, the responsibility, the pressure. So this is a story that takes place over the course of a weekend with this fictional president who has to resolve this crisis and does so with dignity and decorum, which is super refreshing. And here's what's so great about it. I don't care what your political leaning is. I don't care where you are on the spectrum. It is interesting that it is a political book that really does very little with politics. It's just rational and reasonable. If you were not a fan of the Clintons, what I think is funny is you immediately find out that the president's wife is dead. That made me laugh a little bit. Bit of a sick burn, bro. But otherwise, it is fascinating. It's a great page turner. If this is something you'd want to give to a parent or a grandparent, there's not a ton of profanity. There are no sex scenes. So it's something that is pretty. It's not rated G because I guess some people die. Some people get shot up in the Secret Service agents in the course of protecting the world. But you're not going to find a lot of untoward scenes in this, which I think is really refreshing. So this would be actually a great book to listen to if you are road tripping with the kids and you want to listen to something on an audiobook as a family. What's really interesting to me about this is I got the feeling that Clinton was working some stuff out from his presidency, like not rewriting history, but writing history in the way he sort of wished things had gone, I mean, without scandal. So it was charming. It was, if you can say that about a political thriller, it charmed me. And I had a great time reading it. And what's so great about James Patterson is that he follows me on Twitter. And I think it's by mistake. Why would he follow me? But anyway, I feel like that should also be rewarded. So I guess that is how I'm going to wrap it up. I wanted to offer you something that you could hang on to today, whether it's books or liquor, something that you could like. So I am Jen, and sometimes it's nice to like things. So Jen likes things. Jen likes Truly, and The President is Missing. Jen thinks, in the third person, that you will too.